Okay, everyone. Hi, thank you for joining us. We're going to get started. I love that applause. Feels good. Feels real good. Okay, so thank you for joining us for our February open mic. We're so excited to have a featured poet this evening. The Poetry Elf will be joining us at the end, and we're so excited to have her. So I don't have a literary quote. I know Cole usually opens with like a nice little poem, but I unfortunately do not have that. So we would first like to acknowledge that we are on the unceded territories of the Seal people. So thank you for allowing us to be here. So the plan for tonight is that I myself will read first, and I didn't ask for that. Somebody else made this list and put me on there, so just so you know. And then we'll have Mark Bertolutti, and then we'll have Ken, and then we'll have Skylah. So we are recording this. It is recorded for documenting purposes. If you do not wish to be recorded, please just see us at the message us at the end of the show, and we'll help figure that out. Yeah. So I guess without further ado, I will get started. So my friend the other day asked me to write an article for her website. She is a fitness coach and a life coach, and she wanted me to write about tips for getting movement in for the day. I said, the only tips you're getting from me are going to be really funny ones. And she said, do it. So this is what I've come up with. Tips to get your movement in for the day by a stay-at-home parent. Now, if you don't have kids, fair enough. Replace child or kids with animals, with your pets. Look at the mess your family has made throughout the house. Stomp from room to room, rage cleaning. Throw the laundry as hard as you can into the baskets, slam books on surfaces, and pull the sheets as tight as possible on the beds. It helps if you yell as you go, as this will increase your heart rate and help burn more calories. Slip unexpectedly on random item on the floor, engaging your core as you fall. Don't forget to add the windmilling arms and flailing legs. This will add the momentum you need to almost catch yourself. Be sure to have as large of an audience as possible, as you will help your family engage their cores as well, because they will be laughing. They may or may not inquire if you are all right. It is important to be healthy as a family. Move your full laundry baskets from room to room. Clean or dirty, doesn't matter. The goal is to have a great arm workout and avoid actually dealing with the laundry. Don't forget to lift with your knees. We wouldn't want you to throw out your back or neck. That should be reserved for sneezing or sleeping in the wrong position. Sit on the floor with something you do not want your toddler, pet, or baby to have. For example, your phone or the only food you've attempted to put in your mouth that day. Keep your eyes on the item and move your arms about to avoid the little grabby hands. The higher the lift, the greater the stretch. For added difficulty, put the child on your lap and bounce at the same time. Play a secret game of hide and seek with your children. You hide while they wander the house, calling for you. Try to hit each room without being caught. Don't be afraid of vertical spaces. Their little eyes can't go that high. Double points if you can avoid your spouse when they want you to do chores and help with said children. Bonus points if you end in the place where you keep the treats. Now reward yourself. You deserve that treat. Life is all about balance. Walk into a room with a specific intention or task in mind. Do a couple of spins, scanning the room, and try to remember why you're there. Head in the other direction, then suddenly remember why you went into the first room. Do several reps of this in every room several times a day. So that's that one. A little fun for you. I'm going to do silence now. I've done this one before, several times. It was one of the ones that I competed in with the at one of our slams. So it's an oldie, but I think it's a pretty good one. I want to speak out against the things that I see and experience in the world, against the violence and the racism and the sexism. But I don't have any words other than fear and afraid. So I stay silent. I fear for my children's safety every time they walk out of my sight that someone will decide the answer to any imagined slight or blight is to take matters into their own hands. I'm afraid that discussions with my children about the dangers of how real guns can kill in ignorance and anger, and never to point any gun, real or otherwise, isn't enough to stop a bullet triggered by another. I fear for my children's future because examples of moronic, ironic commentary made by a world leader devaluing whole factions of human existence already has far reaching and permanent consequences. I'm afraid that the lessons of kindness and acceptance I teach and preach to my children won't be enough to help them understand their generation is the remedy to society's illness. I fear that my children's education will be compromised because my son is being taught that the way a girl is dressed is a distraction to him, and his sister will be taught the same, as well as to make herself small, and they both will accept that as truth. I'm afraid that my own examples of strength and critical thinking will not be enough to offset the collective mentality of willful blindness. I fear that my silence is complicit in and accepting of the violence and the racism and the sexism. What I'm really saying is consider my silence broken. Um, okay. So this is just a sweet one I wrote not that long ago while I was holding my daughter, my baby. Um, you fell asleep while playing, just a gradual closing of eyes, little eyebrows raised, desperate to stay awake. Resistance was useless against the need. I sit on the floor of my room. You are limp and warm in my arms, slumbering with peace, held in loving embrace. You are getting so big, heavy and slightly awkward. My body rocks anyway, not wanting to disturb the calm. Daily tasks beckon, but I hesitate to encourage independence, to put you down, the last of my babies. I hold on just a little longer, breathing in the baby scent and looking at long eyelashes that rest on chubby cheeks. Soon you'll be crawling, e-bend and hand slap, taking you just a little bit further away, getting ready for the next adventure. Don't hurry, sweet baby. Let's rest together, enjoying the time we have before we both must move. And then I guess we probably have time for this one more poem, and then we will let everyone else have the floor. I know I'm funny and cute, but like, let's give other people a chance. Um, Standing in the kitchen trying to make dinner, thoughts only of, I can't get enough air, suffocating in thoughts, every breath harder to take, tears falling as rapidly as heart drums staccato beats. I can't stop every sound from scraping, nerves are raw and exposed. God damn it, shut up! I can't stop from breaking their hearts with unforgivable callousness. I can't. I can't give in to the eddy of guilt and fear and shame and panic. It keeps whirling me around and down until I'm dizzy and sick and tired. I am defeated by my own mind, exhausted by the fight against strong currents of negativity, losing sight of the light as little by little by little it dims. A small pink floaty is thrown, something on which to cling, a place to float for just a moment until the storm can break and the sun can come through. And still, I resent the lifesaver. I should be stronger, have better stamina, been smarter than to believe those were dolphins in the shark-infested water. A shake of the head to recenter. Open the orange bottle and hate myself for the need and hate the little blush capsules that saved me. Remember the whole and imperfect babies I carried under and in my heart. I want them to know that I do my best, that cruelty of my tone stems from selfish flaws. The fault is only mine. I want the man to whom I promised my life and who promised me his to know that he is loved beyond words and time and meaningless gestures. So grateful that he loves me even when I am unlovable like this. Gather the broken pieces and slowly glue them together with their love and let time do its work. Take deep breaths until the air in my lungs is enough and heartbeat is faster from love, not fear. Allow the tears to slowly stop until only a trail of salt is left on cheeks. And that is it from me. Thank you, everyone, for listening. And then next up, if he's ready, we have Mark Bertolutti. Yay, Mark!
Hi, guys. Yeah, I write lyrical poetry, and this one is called One More Time. I've been sitting here for a while, thinking of your face and your smile. I haven't felt like this since I can't remember when. Hoping one more time I'll see you again. Just to look into your eyes and feel your heart beating. I'll tell you time and again, you're who my soul is needing. I want to see you this one more time to tell you I love you and you're on my mind. I don't mean to sound too cynical, but love can be so typical. One more time. After all has been said and done, I'll know I'll end up the only one. But give me one more chance, another chance for romance. In my heart, I know, you know, we haven't had our last dance. Thanks. Yeah, I got nothing planned here. I'm just gonna wing it through my book here. This is called I Have Learned. Have you ever seen your father cry? I have, and I won't deny it. The anguish I felt was from deep inside. When you love someone so much and you treat it as such, it's hard not to expect more. So that's what love is for, not closing that open door. Suffering is pain from within. Thinking positive is the only way to win. Now that we have reached this point of no return, the lesson you have taught will not be forgot. The lesson you have taught will not be forgot. Thanks. Yeah, this one's I did this one at a slam once. I did it good on the points, and some girls and guys just thought that it wasn't that good. But here it goes anyways. What have we learned? The hour is beckoned upon our mass, summoning attrition, systematic bloodbaths from children of a fabled faith, with prayers hailed to a feeble state, and Lord casts his almighty cost of peace for his children. Though even in his efforts, many will be lost. A hybrid of mechanized species, almighty God's a mass execution. The four horsemen trample from afar. Though now salvation is a cry unheard, it falls on deaf ears. Now what have we learned? Do you feel the God inside you, telling you to look the devil in the eye? And with a wink, not even a blink or a sigh, watch a demon reach out to shake your hand, while drops of blood shed like tears all over this land. Holy wars, you say, dancing with devils in their own way. So when the angels sing, they give life to all. Life, I say, and all that it brings. Now there's a feeling that won't be missed very much. It's to kneel before nothing and swear as such. Wait for the second coming, mankind's greatest crutch. Thanks. Okay, this one's called I Can Dream About This All Night. If I could sing a song for you, it would go straight to your heart, straight on and right through. Today has yet set into the night, and through your eyes that shine so bright, we have come together without spite. Now I want to know if this feels right. What I'm about to say until this very day, the choices and decisions we make will ponder throughout our days. Memories are all that we share when there's nothing left to bear. Take my hand, it's all right. I can dream about this all night. Take my hand, it's all right. I can dream about this all night. Thanks. Yeah, this is my father just passed away on October 1st, and I wrote this in memory of him and my grandfather. It's called Twinkle. My grandfather slipped away. His soul came back in my child today. As I looked into my new baby's eyes, I saw my grandfather, though in disguise. As I watched him grow, I was surprised. There was my grandfather's twinkle right there in his eyes. Thank you. Yeah, this next one's called One Heart. There is you, here is me. I gotta say, I like what I see. When I ask myself if I deserve this loneliness, my best guess is hoping for that first kiss from someone I miss has been my bliss, my love and tenderness. One heart is all I want. One heart is all I need. One heart is the only reason why my heart bleeds. Thanks. Here's a little short one I haven't shared very much. It's called I Don't Know. Is it too late to say I'm sorry for things I've said and done? I wish I could tell you what's on my mind in a simple way, sometime one-on-one. I don't know what to say when you look at me that way. I don't know what to do when I'm walking away. And all I know is every time I make you smile, it takes the pain away. Thanks. This one's called Along the Way. The sun is coming out today. The birds are singing. The rain has gone away. The phones ain't ringing. What can I say? What a wonderful day. They say the music is love in search of a word. And with friendship, love, and hope, and the heartstrings of our memories, we can conquer the world easily, haven't you heard? The world is a cage. People are filled with rage. What else can I say? Everyone's insane. Take your life step by step, day by day. Someone will need your help along the way. Along the way, I wonder where you are. I wonder how you are doing. They say with friendship, love, and hope, and the heartstrings of our memories, we can conquer the world easily. Haven't you heard? Thank you. Yeah, moving along here. This one's called In Your Eyes. In all that you are and all that you mean to me, there's something more I want you to know. Until I met you is when I started to grow. When I look back on times gone by, I wish I had the strength I see in your eyes. Maybe I might be a little fearless, but often I'm less speechless. Sometimes I just don't know what to say because you're oh so far away. In your eyes, I can see your aura shining so bright. In your eyes, I long to see in my sight. In your eyes, I can feel my heart and see my heaven's light. I want to hold on to this feeling forever, the way I felt when we were together. Warmth that surrounds my heart, the way I felt from the start. In your eyes, I want you to realize I'm always here for you without compromise. In your eyes. This is called Girlfriend. Another day has dawned and you're still on my mind. I'm happy to tell you, you will be for a long time. Because what I want is someone to give my heart to, and I'm giving my heart to you. And I want to help you find the words that help you feel the way I do. Now, girlfriend, life is a journey, and I want you here with me. Girlfriend, I'll even take you away as far as you want to be. So listen now, girlfriend, I'll take you as far as you want to go. Just be yourself and go with what you know. A lesson learned is experience earned, and love will never leave you burnt. You walk down that path, doesn't matter which way you turn. In my eyes, your smile will always last. This is called You See Me, I See You. Here we are where we ought to be, giving our hearts just what they need. Today is here, tomorrow is there. Not far away, so be aware. Love can go astray, waiting for each other to say just what is in our hearts and in our souls. It's not a game, just don't let go. Now there is nothing else to do or say. You see me, I see you in every way. How easy could it be? That's close enough for me.
Okay, Mark, so just one last poem for us.
Cool. Thanks for listening, guys. The Sound. Walking from bar to bar in this cold and crazy town, underneath moonlit stars, wondering what is going down, looking for excitement and a brand new sound, leading me to my destiny, because now I've been lost and found. Nodding as people as they pass me by, hanging with a heavy crowd with women from all around, just listening to the boys playing aloud. Underneath the lights and the voices, boys are giving their all. You can hear people talking with that new beat on the street. My heart skips a beat, and a surge of energy is what we need to clear our aching head, just kicking ass with that sound, waking the dead. Thanks for listening, guys. Good to see you out there. Keep coming back, please.
Mark, you are the king of rhyming. I don't know how people always come up with those rhymes. I can't do it. I can't do it. I could do like 5 and then I'm out. You do it for every poem. It's amazing. I love it. Thank you. Okay, so next up we have Ken. And she knows I'm still waiting for my dinosaur book person.
I know.
Okay, so let's put our hands together. Put our hands together for Ken. To Henry?
Yeah, to Henry. We'll just make it Henry's fault at this point.
Yeah. Okay. I'll blame it on Henry. Okay, good luck.
Okay, so I write a lot of poems about my dad, and I spoke recently on the podcast a bit about writing about grief, and I've been missing my dad a lot recently. It's been like one of those periods. So I'll give you a handful of really sad dad poems. I've been trying to like organize my stuff, so maybe I can give you a bit of context to some of these. This first one is a work in progress. It's about getting up early, basically. I make my breathing slow in my stomach, letting my throat relax and roll out clicks, soft snores. My eyelids give me away, and I'm probably getting too big, but you don't say anything. I want to be carried forever in a fake sleep to my bed from the back seat. When we need to make a long drive, you pull me and my brother from our sheets. It's 2 a.m., so this time I'm really asleep until the sun and your smoke rouses me. We're so far from home, not even the radio can come through clearly. You can't stay up for the countdown, so I take you home, away from the party and the drinks we can't drink because I'm too young and you're too weak. I'm worried that you're going to die in your sleep. So I lay awake beside you and listen to you breathe. I count the spaces between your exhales and I forget that it's New Year's Eve. It's not your bedside and this is not sleep. I thought the beats would stop when we unplugged the machines. Mom keeps trying to close your eyes and I make myself watch. It's not as easy as you see on TV. I teach myself how to wake up at sunrise, and I will never leave a kiss behind, remembering your bliss decks from early morning goodbyes. I see your eyes in the blue of mine. Thank you. This next one, I guess, is about fighting the urge to self-harm. It's called Anatomy. I have forbidden my fingers like they are medieval doctors. I will not let them dig under my skin like dirt, though I could grip, peel back, lift the lid of my pelvis, my chest of chest. My intestines stay folded under my ribs intact, but I can only assume, only guess. So fillet my cheeks and scalpel out my smile when it wanes, carve some meaning into these dense calcium bones. Thank you. This next one is another work in progress. Dad, you knew how to chop wood, so why didn't you teach me? Is it because you thought I'd never be cold? You never showed me how, so when I swung your axe, I got it stuck. Everyone laughed and everyone saw. Was I the axe or was I the log? No, I'm just the arms not strong enough. Thank you. This is another work in progress. I pled with God to kill you quicker, the same way you begged Mom not to tell us what was going on, the same way your sister screamed to turn the machines off. We didn't want to hurt each other. Mom wrote me a letter from the Easter Bunny when I started to lose faith. She invited a priest to the funeral, but not in the same way. If you never got sick, would our hairs have grayed the same? Would mine have never? Would I know you better? If I knew the answers, things would still be the same. Thank you. I have another work in progress one. I cannot fit my heart into this hole grief has left. You see, my love doesn't squeeze. Not into the corners, not completely. So there are gaps, spaces of despair I tiptoe around on a strict diet of pop music and movies I've already seen. Why does love sit so closely to my grief? Happy memories tailspin me. Dear God, Jesus Christ, would it be easier if I believed? I'll try to end this out on like maybe a happier one. This one is about getting like I guess I'll call it a vision of my dad. It's like the only time I've ever imagined him like being in a space like heaven or an afterlife, I guess. It's called Mariposa. Did you do all you could? You never filled your father's hand or died before you had the chance. I took knives like blades to ribbon under your knees, your hamstrings curled to stop the shaking. I cut ties, let down and rest your eyes. Flutter, eyelash wings, on your butterfly face, a gentle kiss, lay not gone, but not awake. I see your body in something deeper than sleep, where moss will grow and sprout green. Thank you guys, and I hope you guys have a lovely rest of the night.
And you are always, your poems are always so beautiful, and the ones about your dad kill me. I just want to bawl the whole time because your words are so beautiful, and I know other people feel the exact same. And we're sorry for your loss. That's all that we can say to that. Sorry, but thank you for sharing. And
thank you, Rikki.
Hopefully, happier poems will be sprouting soon.
Yeah.
Not that those aren't beautiful. Okay. So, moving along, we are going to play our trailer now, I believe, for the podcast. If you haven't checked it out, do it. Listen to all the episodes. They're wonderful. I love listening to it. Everybody's thoughts and the guests that they have are really amazing. So, our lovely people will play that.
Hi, glad you could make it. Got your coffee?
Tea?
Scone? All right then, let's get started. Welcome to the Inspired Word Café. I'm Shimshon.
And I'm Em.
And this is a podcast that brings all the excitement of the written and spoken words of the Inspired Word Café home to your headphones.
Whether you've been to one of our reading events, poetry slams, or workshops before,
or even if this is your first time hearing about the Inspired Word Café,
we've got a little something to scratch your writerly, readerly, literary itches.
That's right. Every month we'll be bringing you a well-caffeinated dose of poetry, prose, and all the fresh brewed goodness of the written word.
Here we'll be shining our coffeehouse spotlight on local writers from in and around the Okanagan Valley.
Plus, stay tuned for our special episodes of Inspired Word Café live events, which will be dropping while they're hot.
Subscribe now to the Inspired Word Café podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the Google Podcasts app.
Trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Thanks for stopping by the cafe.
And we're back. Did you have time to get a water or a snack? Does anybody else remember watching TV and then having to like run through the commercials and kind of like timing it just right so that you can come back? Yeah, we need to podcast trailer a little bit longer. I like the canned laughter. Thank you so much. Makes me feel better. Okay, so we're gonna move along to our featured poet. please welcome the Poetry Owl. She's been coming to IWC for longer than I have, I believe. Her poetry is always beautiful and always has a good message in it. So please welcome the Poetry Owl.
Oh, so much applause. So I'm really excited to be doing this online business with everyone because I actually haven't done a Zoom thing yet. So I picked out 3 poems for you tonight. This first one is one that I have never shared before, but I wrote it like 2 years ago. And it's about body hair. It's called Cut. Your desire is a female body, hairless below the neck. No tufts under armpits, no peach fuzz on legs, and never anything more than a bare pussy. But I am not naturally a hairless cat. My nakedness doesn't look like that. I used to buy into soft legs and razors, to waxing, and beauty is pain. But beauty doesn't have to be painful. I remember being young, staring at mother's stubble, glistening in the sun. You need to shave your armpits, Mom. Years later, it would be her turn to hold me to these impossible standards. I remember that first cut, from pressing too hard with the blade, trying to reduce myself. I still feel the sting. I rejected that rejection of self, set the razor on the shelf. I wasn't even 12. But some months later, swimming, arms raised high and singing. Have you been shaving? Asks Mother Dearest. My arms dropped to hide my pit. It's so long you could almost braid it. I picked my razor back up, cut myself back to less than I'd ever been. Thought these parts of me should never be seen. I took away the treasures of my trails, tiny strands on toe knuckles and the wisps on my arms. Sharp stubble reminded me, stay smooth. But I didn't escape the jabs from the kids at school. They noticed and they knew. What I rejected of myself, they could too. That's what the whole world will do. But I grew into it, grew and groomed myself into a bare existence. Then the mean girls made me feel out of place, with their eyebrows arched and shaded in. I felt like I had caterpillars on my face. So, in the style of Georgia Nicholson, I raised a razor to those 2. It was something I had seen my mom do. But these hands were heavy, and bare skin showed through. So I did what I had to. Stole my mom's eyebrow pencil and drew. Everybody knew. Thankfully, they regrew. Now I know how to shape them, pluck them thin just to fill them in. I hate eyebrows. But capitalism never cared about sexism, and the hair removal industry will never care about me. It's all about marketing. There are children that don't know body hair can grow on women. There are women out there who have never seen their own hair. And I just don't think that's fair. We deserve to be seen. My body hair isn't disgusting, shouldn't be emasculating. Have you ever seen the vagina monologues? Seen, mourning her pubic hair, feeling puffy and exposed and like a little girl. Womanhood is hairy. I don't need to look like a little girl for you to feel like a man. Hair removal can be viewed as perverse, a way to reverse women's adult dynamic, to tame our tangled power. They keep us children in the tower, waiting forever for men to use us to reach new heights, who, when they do us a basic kindness, expect our lives given with delight. But if I were Rapunzel, I would have tied my hair to the bedpost, let myself down and cut those ties. I won't apologize. Now I let myself be seen, and it's the happiest I've ever been. So, love me or leave me, but if you go, know that you will never get to see the garden that I grow. Thank you. So I actually wrote that right before I got into sex work, and industry standards for escorts is kind of that you have to be clean cut and shaved. So that's kind of why I never shared it. But tonight I also did want to share some poetry about sex work. So this one is called Slut. You don't own me. For a moment in time, they have my body, but my mind is always mine. You don't know me. They'll never even know my name. It's a game, and you were never even a player. I'm not myself when I play. I'm a character, and they pay her. Yet somehow I get cast as the dirty whore when it's their grubby money I'm here for. They're the reason I'm on my knees on the floor. I guess it's just another day, another $1,000. Just another dick, another collar. Mo money, ho money, yo. Tips and tricks, tips for turning tricks. Cash for sucking dick. At least I don't need a thigh blaster when it's my job to sit on top, to go harder, faster. I find my balance in hot pink heels, dirty words and tender feels. Assess their needs. Do I tease, please, or shut up and get on my knees? Who do they need her, me, to be? Which version of her, me, do they want to see? I dance to their songs as the night grows long, but at midnight's strike, I leave my shoes behind, change my name or claim what's mine, counting $100 bills with a smile. I'm never gonna quit hoeing. The game is hard, but the winnings are worthwhile. Thank you. Okay, I got one more for you. And this one is called Know Me, the Homie. Barring the displays of a red light district, we dance in the dark, and they dimmed the lights on our show a long time ago. Why can't we be seen the way models in corporate advertisements are seen? In 2003, 27% of ads showed sexualized content, and the public was sold. Because sex sells, but God forbid you sell sex. Why can't we be heard the way Hollywood fantasies about sex workers are heard? They're selling our stories back to us, stripped, fetishized, made up for more money than reality can make, more money than I can make. Hustlers pulled in 80 million profit. They never paid Samantha Barbash for living the tale. They embellished it with cash, took it for sale. Meanwhile, Mira Sorvino found herself famous wearing a sex worker's mask, marketing her ass. In 1996, mighty Aphrodite. Still, she erases faces like me by blurring the lines, saying prostitution breeds trafficking. See the pretty woman Julia Roberts is paid to play. But I can be prosecuted and persecuted for being paid, for being played, for being a pretty woman. And who's the hustler? Bill me. Cheap, multifaceted jewel, not even a diamond in the rough, reduce me to costume jewelry. The first time I wanted to work, I Googled what it's like to be a sex worker. I only found OnlyFans and sugar-dipped girls dripping for daddy's dollars. And still me, just wondering, wanting to know what it's like to be a hoe. And now I do know, so let me tell you. It's hours online, networking, working, in the shadows, or you'll be shadow banned. It's Splenda, raw Splenda, no splendor. It's melting sugar dreams, survival. Google never found the priestesses of Venus. No, I found them on a bookshelf in San Francisco. Their sacred temples embodied the healing between bodies. They awakened the power in my vulnerability, blessed my vulva as an altar, left my understanding altered. Now I live in green. I watch them come and go. I am never seen. It's a whore home. I would if I could, but I can't. Invite the government to tea. I can be quite persuasive. Maybe they'd listen to me. But they never wanted workers' words before. And why would they listen to a whore? We're just the people the laws are made for. But no, prostitution allows men who are primarily the purchasers of sexual services paid access to female bodies. Legalizing and regulating it would demean and degrade the human dignity of all women and girls. The human body is not a commodity to be bought and sold, says the Canadian Department of Justice. So you're only a commodity if you market your body sexually, not if you're breaking that body, doing manual labor all day, or breaking down, serving customers at minimum wage. Make it make sense. Is it because we make dollars, not cents? If only I could tell fans how hard hoes have to work, to hold space, to hold your attention, to give and give and give when the world threatens to take it all. If only they knew how hard we have to fall. If only I could tell babies what their work is really worth, to stop risking it all for nearly nothing at all and calling him daddy. He ain't taking care of you, sugar. He's taking advantage. So don't undersell yourself. And if only I could tell myself, sex work is fluid, healing water, ebb and flow, a reflection to know. It's drowning in deep water and floating on green sea foam. It's trusting yourself to swim, to just keep swimming. So let us be known, because the medicine is in the knowing.
Beautiful as always, my darling. I love it when you come to us. You should come to us more often. Now that you figured out the Zoom thing, please join us more often.
I think I will.
Okay, well, that is all of us for tonight. So thank you so much for coming. We also would like to thank the City of Kelowna and SCCS for their generous support. Thank you to all of our poets that joined us this evening and shared their thoughts, their feelings, their views, their truths. We really appreciate that. And thank you to all of our volunteers, to Shimshon and Em, who always run our tech and are amazing at that, and who bring us our laughter and our claps, because we all miss that in person. And we always like to end with our founder, Raul James. Be gentle with yourself so you can learn to be gentle with someone else. Thank you for coming. Good night.
Night.